the Apple Reminders app, I'm glad, Ray, you mentioned that it's something you use. It's an app I use all the time. It's probably after email and my calendar, probably one of the most used apps I use. I use Notes a lot too on my phone, and it's a to-do list app, but Apple's improved it. They've added some new things to it. Okay, this is the icon for the Reminders app. And what it does is it creates a reminder or a to do item, something you want to be reminded about. The good thing about the Reminders app is that it's relatively simple, but it also does give you a lot of options if you want to take advantage of them. You can create, comes with a couple of standard lists. You can create additional lists of things to do, remind yourself about. You don't have to set a time and a date for a reminder. So if there's something that you want to get done in the next month or two, or just keep it out there, you can do that. But you can set a date and a time for a reminder. You can also set a place or location for a reminder. That's kind of a neat little trick that I do sometimes that's helpful. And you can also add a photo now to a reminder. And I'll show you why or why you may not care about that. Depends on what you do. But and then from the Photos app, I was playing around this morning getting this set up, and I discovered that from the Photos library on your phone, you can add a photo and create a new reminder, or add it to an existing reminder. And of course, your friend Siri, you can talk to her or him, because you can change the voice now, and you can ask Siri to create a reminder. So you don't even have to type on your phone if you don't want to. You can just do something, and I'll show you how to do that. And it works on an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, and on iCloud. And I'll show you, it basically coordinates all this. So as long as you use your iCloud account, which is how Reminders is standard set up, you'll be able to synchronize reminders across all of these. Excellent. This is the screen of my iPhone. I'm going to turn on my little annotation spotlight so you can see my mouse moving over things here like that. So on your phone, Reminders comes standard with iPhones, iPads, Macs, and it's available in iCloud as well. Okay, so you can use it in iCloud if you want to. And so what we want to be able to do is open it up. And when you tap on Reminders, it opens up the Reminders app. So I'm going to move my phone over here, and I'm going to tap on Reminders, and it opens up. Now you can search in Reminders. It gives you this view. It tells you today, if you have anything scheduled for today. It tells you all of your reminders. It lets you know if there's something scheduled for any time in the future, because you can remind yourself, oh, I got to remember to go to Amazon and buy a birthday present and order it for somebody, right? Or something like that. And you can flag reminders just like you can flag emails, so that you if you have a lot of them, you can see what are the ones that you want to get working with. And they have a couple of standard lists, and I've changed my lists around a little bit, but usually these lists, I just keep a lot of things in reminders or shopping, and you can always add a new list by adding a list. If I wanted to add a new list here for something like this, I could add a new list and say birthdays, for example, because I mentioned that. And I can tap done, or I can add a little icon to it. These are little icons that they give you for reminders, or graduation, or reminder to order wine, or here's the birthday cake. So I'm going to add that symbol, and it put the symbol right in the little icon for reminders. And I can change the color. Purple sounds good. Okay. So now I've got a list here called birthdays, but nothing's in it, right? Okay. So I've got this list. So you can keep reminders in lists, and you can keep them separate if you want to. So one of the most important things is to know how to add a new reminder. And here's this button at the bottom called New Reminder. So if I tap that, it brings up a title. Okay. So if I want to do something like mail package, I can type that in. I can add notes if I want to. I can add details. Okay, what are details? Oh, details is kind of interesting here. I can set a date when I want to do it, or a time. So let me try a time while we're going to be on this. So if I set it for 10:30 in the morning, today, it has today. This will give me a reminder today at 10:30. Okay, so now that shows me I've got two reminders in here. So if I wanted to go back and find it, I just go to my reminders, and here's one for today already. So I can either tap here or I can tap in the list. So it's pretty simple to find things because there aren't too many different places you can put them. So here's today. Okay, so that's a I want to mail a package today. That's one reminder. I have a shopping reminder that I created. So I can just see, what is it I've got to go shopping for? And I said, oh, I wanted to buy cereal. And I like a particular brand. And so if I wanted to ask someone, hey, I want you to get this particular brand or style or whatever of something, I can add a picture to a reminder, or send them a picture and they can add it to a reminder too. But you can see the list. I'm in the shopping list, and I can go back to other lists right here. I can also use my voice to add a reminder. I can say, hey Siri, remind me to go shopping for bananas today.
Okay, add it to today's reminders.
All right, so she added the reminder. Okay, so that now I've got it in my reminders. I can change this if I want to, or modify it. I want to change it to anything. Thank you.
Now it says how to change anything. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's in my reminders. Now I have two for today. So you can ask Siri anytime. So it's really great when you're walking, or if you're you're driving or something and you want to make a note of something, you can just always say, hey Siri, remind me to. And if you say, hey Siri, remind me to, that's the key for activating Siri right down here. Okay, so when you want to stop Siri, just tap anywhere. So I've got a couple of things here now. I've got 3 reminders I've created. I can see all of them at any time. So there's my all reminders, buy cereal, and there's my picture. I don't have any family reminders, but I have a reminder to mail a package today, write my newsletter. I know that's due Thursday, so I don't need a date for that. I can add birthdays if I want to. I can create other lists if I want to. Now, if I wanted to add something to this reminder list, if I wanted to remind myself, say, to buy soup, but I wanted to have a particular kind of soup, and it has a suggested list, shopping. Okay, so I'll do it in that list. And I want to take a picture of the soup if I can. So I would go to add image, and it gives me the ability to use my photo library, scan a document, or take a photo. So I'm going to see if I can take a photo. I brought a can of soup out here for my desk. There we go. And I'm going to use that photo. So now that image is with the reminder. Now it's really tiny right here, but when you go and look at the reminder, you can tap on the image and it makes it bigger. So I'm going to add this reminder. So now this reminder is in my shopping list. And I have 2, buy cereal, buy soup, right? If I tap on that picture of the soup, it shows the photo that I took. So I know that's the one I'm supposed to get, right? Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I go to stores and you hit with all the different choices and you think, oh, I wanted to get this, flavor of marinara sauce, right? And there's like 5 dozen choices available. You want to make sure you get the one you really reminded, or if you're looking at a recipe and it says get this kind of pepper, okay, just keeping track of those things is helpful. So that's a little bit about how to create reminders. Now, when you're done doing these things, if I wanted to check off this reminder, I have a little blank circle here. If I just tap it, that lets me know I'm done with that, and it just won't display any new reminders. That just displays upcoming reminders. So it's really fun for if you are this kind of a person, if you like to check things off. Sometimes creating micro reminders is a way to go, and you can do these little things for yourself too. So you're looking at my screen right now, and I'm going to swipe from left to right on my home screen, okay? From left to right. And I get a search box that opens up here at the top, and I can type in reminders. And as I start to type in, it'll probably show the app icon right here. It's probably just somewhere lost in a folder on your screen, but it could have been deleted accidentally or intentionally. You can delete the Reminders app if you don't like it. But again, if you don't know where an app is, you can always swipe from your home screen from left to right and bring this toolkit up, and then you can search for any app you want to.
I got it. Okay.
Great. Now, another trick, Adair, and this might be helpful, is if you're just on your home screen, you can ask Siri to open up something. You say, hey, Siri, open reminders. And you don't even have to tap anything.
Okay.
So
well, I have reminders. So now, how do I get it on the, so it's there all the time?
How do you get it where?
To be permanent on my
on your home screen. Okay. So it might be it's roaming around somewhere. You have to find out where it is on your phone. So it could be on another screen. So if you swipe through your screens, you might be able to see it. Or it might be in a folder. And usually when you do the search for it like this, it'll tell you if it's in a folder or not. But if it isn't, it'll say it's right here and it's on the home screen somewhere. And obviously, if you want to move an app around on your home screen, you just tap and hold, and you can edit the home screen and you can move it around wherever you want to. And if you want it, I say I want it to the right of here, or I want it on the other screen, I can move it around and put it in a variety of different places.
Bob, Christina is raising her hand very fast, so she may have an answer.
Okay.
Bob, I don't have an answer. I have the same problem. I bought a new iPhone. I transferred my data from my old iPhone, which had reminders in it, and it's not on my new iPhone. Now, when I go to Spotlight, like you did, it opens it up, but I don't see the icon anywhere. None of the folders have it.
Okay, so now we're going to play detective. Let me get Emily's question, and then I'll get back to playing detective on your phone and how to find things. Okay, Emily, you have a question?
It's not there.
Yes, before this lesson, I put all my friends or relatives' birthday in the reminder, but I didn't realize I have about 20 persons. I have 20 folders, so each person is one folder. How can I put them together in a folder for the birthday?
Each person is their own list. Is that
Yes.
what? Okay.
Yes.
let's take a look at finding the apps first, and then we'll take a look at moving lists around. You can move an item from one list to another. Christine, you have something.
I'm sorry. It is. It's in my, what do you call the bar at the bottom?
Your oh God, it's in the dock.
The dot.
That's where it was.
It was
Sorry.
okay. Remember all it is, it's there's three little dots with three lines in them. And so if it's in your dock, that's you might be looking around on the screen. It's like looking for keys in the house. Is that where'd you put those keys? They could be right in front of you, or just behind something, and you could miss them. But sometimes people, if you ever had a friendly family member, or what I would call a helpful family member or friend that tried to help you with your phone, and they move things around on you, sometimes they might have moved an app into a folder thinking, oh, they don't need that, and making a decision for you. And then you wonder, where in the world is it? I don't see it. Now, obviously, since Reminders is an Apple application, and you have an Apple iPhone, you can call Apple if you're having trouble with Reminders, and they will help you out. Okay. Let me review a few more things here. Remember, when you open up Reminders, if you want to add a new reminder, look for the plus sign. That's how you do a lot of things on your iPhone, is you add a new reminder, and that will add a new reminder to one of your lists. Now, Emily asked about moving something from one list to another. I don't know. Let's see if I can do that. There's a little set of three dots here. I don't know what that means, but I'll tap on it so I can select reminders, show completed, change their appearance, or delete the list. I don't think I want to do any of those. Let me open up this item here. And there's a little eye when I tap on this item. Maybe that will help me. So here it is. I can move it. Oh, here's where I can change the list. So when I tap on the eye, it gives me information. So if I didn't want to, you can repeat a reminder, so that if you have something that you want to remind yourself to do every day, like, or take a walk, or call a friend or something like that. But if we scroll up here, we can see that we can change the list right here. This is how you would do it, Emily. If you tap on lists and it's checked in reminders, if you wanted to move it to, say, family, you could tap it on family, and now it's in that list. So you would go reminder by reminder, you'd open them up one at a time, and then you would select the little eye, and then you would choose the new list you wanted it moved to. So that's one way to do it. They've added a lot of, there's my reminder to mail a package. It pops up like that, and I can just tap on it and dismiss it, but it'll remind you. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes there are good ways to remind yourself to do things in a particular location. So if you want to remind yourself when you're going somewhere or doing something, you can do that. So let me try and show you a new screen share here, and make sure I've got my iPhone selected here. There we go. So you should see my iPhone now. Everybody see that? Okay.
Yes.
It's interesting. It doesn't put the green bar around it all the time. Usually it does. Okay, so if I want to create a new reminder, or if I want to take, I can create a new reminder, and I can say, buy bananas. And when you're going through the grocery store, admittedly, or you're going through things to do for a day, it's always a good idea. I like to do one thing in the morning. I make my bed in the morning, and then I know I've accomplished, no matter how bad my day gets, I've accomplished something, right? So that's an old military, Marine trick, but it's something that people do. So I've got this reminder here, and there's this little icon here with an arrow, and that's the map or location icon. You can remind yourself to do something in a location. Okay, so if I tap that, it tells me I can remind myself to do something when I'm arriving home. I have a mail center box. I don't really have a work address, but I have a mail center where my work mail goes, or there, it's a second address, or getting in the car. When you get in the car and your phone connects up via Bluetooth or AirPlay, you can have a reminder go off right away when you get in the car, type of thing. Oh, I got to remember to change the flashlight batteries in my car. So you set a reminder when you're getting in the car, or you can set it for custom. Okay, so custom means that you can pick a location. So let me type in the name of a store like Vons and see if I can get it here. At the bottom here, there's Vons on La Salle Boulevard. If I tap that, it gives me a map with a little radius here. Now I can change the size of this, but this is pretty good. So when I pull into the parking lot at Vons, I'll get a reminder that'll pop up on my phone, buy bananas, if I go there, right? So it says details, arriving Vons, buy bananas, and I click add. So even if I don't want a time or a date or anything like that, if I want a location, next time I go to the veterinarian, I want to remember to get some of this dog food or cat food. Next time I go to pick up dinner for takeout, I want to remember to get a menu. You can set little reminders for yourself like that to help you out as well. Or next time you visit somebody or somebody visits you, you can set time and date and other things like that. So those are little reminders. Now, this is the iPhone, okay? But for those of you that are sitting in front of a computer and have questions about how to use this on your Windows PC, we'll take a look at how to do that in a minute. Okay, so this is my web browser in iCloud.com. So even if you have a Windows PC, you can still get to a lot of Apple apps from iCloud.com. I mean, they support it. Okay, so here's reminders. Okay, so if I click on reminders, it opens up the cloud version, the web version of the reminders app. And, my reminders are all here. So here's the mail package. Here's the reminders list I have. Okay, all items completed. iCloud reminders. There's buy cereal, buy soup. And if I check something off on the cloud, it'll take a couple of minutes, but it'll sync up with my phone as well. So if you are sitting someplace where you have your phone in your hand, that's great. But if you are sitting at your desk at your computer, you can always just log into your iCloud account. Now, you do need to log into iCloud.com with your Apple ID. And your Apple ID is your email address and your password for Apple that you use with iCloud. And so there's all the options. You can show completed, you can change the name. But because you don't have a camera on your phone, there's not the ability to add a picture that easily here. And so it looks a little different on iCloud. Now, I do have a Mac, and Reminders looks exactly like it does on your phone and iPad on a Mac, but this is the cloud version of Reminders. It won't show everything, but it'll show most things. And so that's another way to get to it and take advantage of it. So it's just a handy little app to take advantage of. Let me check my list and make sure. We've used Siri. We've added a photo. Now, if you have a photo on your phone, let me open up my phone here, and I'm going to move from settings here. I'm going to go to my home screen. And if I go to the Photos app here, and I here has my toasted oats cereal, okay. If I want to take a look at that picture and I want to add it to a reminder, this share icon gives you the ability to take a picture of something and create a reminder right from the photo. So all the pictures you take on your phone go into the Photos app. They all end up there. So if you take a picture of something and you open up that one picture and you tap the share icon, it'll let you share it. Now you don't see reminders right away, but if I scroll here a little bit, you'll see there's reminders. Okay, so if I tap reminders, I can add this as a reminder. So it says one image. I can change the name of it, and I can say cereal to buy. Okay, and there's the photo. It's going to go into the reminders list, and I can add it, and it gets added to your reminders. I hope. Let's see. Okay, if I go to reminders and I go to reminders, there's the cereal to buy. Okay, I put a different, I didn't say buy cereal because I wanted to make sure it was different, but there's the reminder that's created right from the photo. So if you say, oh, I got to get some extra, of this, or I got to get something specific, or I want to do something different, you can take a picture of something using that little share icon, create a reminder from it right away. And when you're done, you just tap on it and it'll disappear. Okay. So it's a practical app that once you start using it, now Apple doesn't stop you from downloading and using other to-do apps, which is what you can commonly find them used as reminders. But if you've got an iPhone, you've got reminders with it already, and it's ready for you to use, and you can use it with your friend Siri and have her or him, create reminders for you whenever you want to. And it works on iPads, iPhones, and iCloud as well. So I thought that would be great for those of us that forget a few things once in a while, So I know some of you may not have used it, but take advantage of it. It's really, really a helpful little app to take advantage of all the time. I use it every day for creating things. Really, it's quick, it's easy, especially for things that don't really have a specific time and date, but you can add them in there too if you want to. But it's great for just keeping track of lists that you might want to do and things you want to do. And checking things off is a great feeling of accomplishment. So don't be afraid to put things in your to-do list as a reminder, even if it's a minor little thing. It's great to be able to check things off. It gives you that feeling of accomplishment for the day. If you can go through and say, oh, I did about half a dozen things today, maybe not thinking about it, right? So any questions? It's a nice little app. Thought I'd just share it with you and how I use it and some of the things you can take advantage of with it. And if you start using it, remember, if you haven't used it before, the first time you do something is going to be harder. Okay. It's like, if you remember the first time you rode a bike, it wasn't get on there and ride, right away. It takes a little while. So understand that the first time may not be easy. Try it again. Watch a YouTube video. Try it again. Try some, and call Apple for support, if you need to. There's lots of different ways you can learn a little bit more about how to do it, but you can organize your life and feel like you're getting, lots of stuff done really easily with it. Okay. Well, remember to set a reminder for next week at 10 a.m. on Monday morning, and set a reminder for Tuesday, January 19th for Miriam at 2 o'clock, and any other reminders you want to do as well. Okay, and we will see you soon.